Alright, so today I'm going to demonstrate all my strongman equipment and why I use it, my inspiration, just a brief introduction to my strongman training. So my first piece is going to be the chest crusher made by Robert Baraban, and as you can see, you can add 7 springs on here, only 1 spring just for demonstration, but you'd simply just crush in like this, and what that's going to do is work your chest muscles to crush in metal. The purpose of training with this is to bend metal, as you'll see in the coming videos. The second piece of my vintage strongman training is the German iron horseshoe, which is one of the more tougher ones to use because this one you have to rip it apart, and that's extremely hard. It's much easier to crush in than it is to rip apart. And this one you can add up to 4 springs, so you can see 3 here and 1 here, and if you're crazy enough again, you can flip it and get longer bolts and put double, so for a total of 8. And according to the website, they said they've never been able to find a person that can rip apart 4. Now, the inspiration behind the 2 pieces of equipment that I just showed you is more or less due to 2 strongmen, although there is more, but mainly 2 for me, which would be Charles. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's a French weightlifter. According to certain stories, he was able to rip apart the iron bars in the jail when he was captured by the Germans in World War II, and so I thought that was pretty awesome. And secondly, also would be Alexander Zas, which is a Russian weightlifter strongman, and he likewise did the same thing too, according to stories, but many people doubt it, but I don't, because if you've ever seen him bend bars and break apart chains, which there is video evidence which I will show. So my third piece is going to be a dip belt or a pull-up belt, and this one's made of super thick leather. The chain is extremely thick. I've dipped 135 pounds with this, so 345 is hanging off of me, and this did not give way, so it's safe to say this is pretty damn well made. And my main inspiration for that dip belt is going to be Marvin Eder. He dipped, as you may or may not know, 2 people off of him, which weighed about 200 pounds each, so that's 400 pounds plus his own body weight, which I'm going to assume he weighed maybe 190, maybe 200, so 600 pound dip. And that's extremely impressive, so that's what I was aiming for, to be able to dip 2 people. I've got up to 135 pounds, so maybe one 135 pound person. And my last piece of equipment that I wanted to show today is going to be a loading pin. And a loading pin can be used for pulleys on machines, but my main application for this is going to be grip strength training. So you'd simply grab onto the end right here and you lift it up. So that was a brief overview of my training, and I will show these again, but in much greater detail, and probably give a video for each one and the purpose and the history and behind it and everything. And also a great channel that would be good to check out would be the Golden Era Bookworm. He's the one that taught me everything, the greatest instructor, greatest bodybuilding historian ever. And so yes, I will give a review on all these items, more in depth, more detail, and the results you can get behind training with them. But until next time.